The Corvette and the Consequences of Entitlement. I walked into the Marriott downtown around 2 p.m. to pick up a friend. The second I stepped through the doors, I heard a high-pitched, loud voice. At the front desk was a lady, late 50s maybe, wearing a blazer that cost a fortune and huge sunglasses. She kept aggressively tapping her long French-tipped nails on the counter. The kid behind the desk looked about 19 and had his hands up, trying to calm her down. Automobile, the demand for premier spots. She was furious about parking. She claimed her car club was promised the covered parking spaces right by the entrance, the premier spots, for their classic car show. She insisted the manager personally guaranteed them those exact spaces because their show brings so much money to the town. The clerk kept apologizing, explaining that those spots are first come, first serve and that no reservation was noted. He offered to help her find other covered spots, but she slapped the counter. She said this was unacceptable and that her 1967 Corvette was not going to sit in some random spot. She threatened the hotel, saying her husband is a lawyer and they could make serious problems for the hotel. Microphone your intervention. The clerk's face was bright red. He said he couldn't reserve spots that don't have a reservation system. That's when she turned around and looked right at me, expecting me to side with her. She pointed at the kid and said, "This needs to be fixed." Then she looked at me and asked, "Can you believe this? I paid good money for this hotel and they can't even honor a simple parking arrangement." I looked at her, then at the clearly distressed kid. I said, "Seems to me like you're feeling pretty entitled." Her mouth actually dropped open. She stared at me for 3 seconds, her face turning bright red. She grabbed her purse, said, "You people are ridiculous," and stormed toward the doors, shoving one open so hard it almost hit an incoming guest. White heavy checkmark, outcome achieved. The clerk let out a huge breath, looked at me and said, "Thank you so much." She'd been going at him for like 10 minutes. I told him people like that weren't worth the energy. On the way out, after grabbing my friend, I saw the lady standing by her red Corvette in the regular parking lot, yelling into her phone. Guess she survived the horror of not getting her special treatment after all.